So do you remember in the last episode when I said there was no way at all we wanted to risk the playoffs? Well, today we're doing the playoffs. So first up, Barnet. Let's see if we can get into the final. Yeah, if we do get through to the final, we'll do the final. If not, we'll probably just do the end of the year review or something. But yeah, let's get into this. So yes, today we are taking on Barnet in our first round of the playoffs. It's the semi-final. We're playing Barnet. Woking, Dorking are playing each other. It should be an interesting match. But yeah, let's not delay this anymore. I think we are just going to get straight into it. So yeah, this is how we're probably going to be lining up today. I haven't quite finished tweaking it, I don't think, but I'm mostly happy with this. We've got Wright, Lewis, Jackson, Tenardre, Pritchard. There's our back five, I suppose, if I'm including the goalkeeper. Foyo in defensive mid, Boyang, Dunn and Morehouse across the middle, and then Williams and Clark up front. With how useful Morehouse has been towards the end of this season, I am thinking I might try and get him to stay on for another year, probably, maybe as a backup. But yeah, I haven't really thought too much about next season or the transfer window just yet, because I need to know how these playoffs are going to go before we can, make any sort of educated guess. So yeah, I think we are just going to jump straight into this match. We're both obviously starting with pretty much a full strength team. I can't see any reason why anyone's players wouldn't be fit, apart from long term injury. It's an important match. Go out there and give. Okay, well, no one really responded, but we're going to make sure midfielders and defenders are on point. I really should have done defenders and attackers, but I'd already done the midfielders before I realised that. So hey, yeah, we are lining up in our standard 4-1-3-2, as you already know. And Barnet, are they going with the 4-3-3? Yes, they are. Bell, Yeboah, and Ola Adamo, why is that so hard for me to say? Ola Adamoli, isn't it? Ola Alabomi. Oh no, it's Ola Adabomi. Okay, that makes more sense. Damson Park's seeing 2,192 fans down here today. That's a crazy attendance for us, really. I suppose the allure of a football league place attracts the big numbers. It's rare for us to see even the high, like 400 or 500, well, 700 or 800 to be honest. We're almost always under 1,000. Ball comes back to Dunn in midfield, so we have got the first highlight of the game in the 20th minute here. Morehouse is coming down the right, looks to get a pass in, ball deflects, and Clark gets a header, and he managed to header it in at the near post. Ashley Clark. Oh my God, I'm so glad that he's come back into form towards the end of this season, because he has been absolutely terrible for so long. But this is the perfect start for us. The first highlight of the game. Deflected header off McCann. But Clark managed to react quickly and get a very nice header into the near post. McCann, long ball up to Yeboah. Can we get a tackle in? I'd really like them to not instantly score back. Thank God for that. Thankfully he's got the same finishing accuracy as Ephraim Yeboah. Turns out it might just be a cursed name. Right, we're in the 30th minute now, so 10 minutes after we've scored. A long ball in just goes straight to the goalkeeper. And he's going to look to produce a counter-attack, maybe, although he's given the defence plenty of time to get back. McCann and McMahon down the left-hand side, linking up with Yeboah again. Ball goes over the top towards Bell, but we cut it out. Jackson to Pritchard, back to Tenardre. Okay, back to Wright. Much safer option. As long as you don't give this away, we should be fine. Pritchard actually goes for a long pass up the wing for the first time in a long time. He normally pushes out of that, but with how that pass went, I'm not sure I'd want him to try it ever again. Never mind, he's put in a brilliant pass. Clark squares it to Williams. That was the weakest shot I've ever seen in my life. He had an open net and he just controlled it and let the defence take it off him. I thought he might have been offside, to be honest, but maybe that's not the case if it didn't get stopped. Long ball over the top now to Ola Adabomi. Why can I not say that? No, fuck. Henry Lister just in miles of space around the penalty spot. Oh, that is frustrating. Really shouldn't be able to have that much space in the box. Absolutely no one on him at all. Is this him here arriving late? Trying to click on him. Yes, it is. No one even looks at him. It's so frustrating, but, hopefully we can... I'm going to pause it and drop a quick demand more. Hopefully we can get a bit of a... Okay, that's a weird little mini highlight we had there. The ball just rolling in long. Hopefully we can get a bit out of the players before half time, but it seems like that is not going to be the case. Nope, that's going to be Half time. Let's just go for, the media giving you credit. I don't want to risk messing things up. You weren't that bad, but I believe you can improve. And same for the strikers. We're not going to change anything just yet. Looking at it, Gareth Williams hasn't had a brilliant game, and neither of, to be honest, any of our defence. It's only really Morehouse and Clark who've stood out. They're going a 4-2-4, really desperately trying to break us down. Here, Boyang has been injured, and that seems like a pretty serious injury. Thigh injury. It's going to be needing a straight substitution, which we are covered for that. You know, Dunn is a perfectly good Mazzala. We'll drop Woodgett into the ball-winning midfielder role. We've still got Foyo back there. But yeah, that's a little worrying because that probably means he's going to miss the final, which I would really like to play in. McMahon, Shaw now. Are they going to create something down this left-hand side? Nope, switch it all the way over to Horgan on the right. I feel that's the first time I've seen that name so far. And it's gone. No. Oh no, a Bell penalty. Tonadre. He's trying to spite the club right before he leaves. Yes, it's a brilliant save from right. They managed to reclaim the ball, but can we get this away? And McCann skies it. Oh my god. Whew. That could have been so bad. Now Jackson and Lewis. Woodgett gets the ball to Dunn. We're playing very nice short passing here, but not really progressing too much, but that's looking to change now. Nice pass from Morehouse, up to Morehouse even. Is he going to take this on his own? And he puts it through the keeper's legs. It's 2-1. We've gone from conceding a penalty, saving it straight down the other end. And it's 2-1. I love that. Woodgett with a moment of quality. That was a relatively straight pass from him. And Morehouse ran straight through two defenders and pops it through the keeper's legs. But Woodgett gets the credit, does he? That doesn't make any sense. You can see this right-hand side of our midfield and attack has just been so good for us. Oh, got a Morehouse corner. Ball comes to the back post. Clark doesn't quite reach Clark. The goalkeeper gets it away. Woodgett gets it out to Morehouse. Could he have another crack here? No, that's a penalty. That is a penalty. Come on. Aaron Lewis is taking the penalty. I think that's the right decision. Yeah, I mean, we don't really... We've got people who are good at penalties, but no one that can finish, basically. Come on. Yes! It's 3-1. Just with 15 minutes left, it looks like we're going to be going through to the playoff final. Oh my god, I was so nervous about this match. Brilliant. Just a brilliant performance. Let's, in that case, let's try and rest a couple of legs slightly. Who is struggling? I'll bring Clements on and swap those two over because Lewis can play either side fine, but Clements is much better on the left. Who else is struggling? Williams picked up a yellow. Do I take off Williams or do I take off Dunn? Because I'm thinking Dunn has picked up a yellow. If he picks up another one, he's going to be out of the final, and there's every chance that Boyang is already going to be out of the final. So I'm a bit worried to have both of them banned, but then we haven't really got anyone that can play in that position, which is something that's obviously a big problem. So I'm going to bring Shepherd on for him. We're going to come back to 5 at the back, 2 just in front, and this just none of this makes sense. We've got 5 people in defence. This is us basically shutting up shop even. Just to mix things up a little bit, let's bring Williams off and give Agbenode a run out. Oh no. Oh shit, yeah. I saw the 2 arrows. I forgot that Boyang had obviously been injured, so he's obviously already came off. Right, so we've now switched to a 5-3-2, I suppose. You wouldn't say that was a 5-1-2-2, realistically. Anyway, we've got 2 minutes left. We're into injury time. I'm just going to switch to cautious just to make sure. Nice ball through the defence there. Lewis with a long ball up. Clark loses it. And they're coming forward. Shepherd managed to get it out wide. McCann tries to cross it in. Loops up and Tonadre gets it away. Ball comes over. Ola Adebayomi getting his own back for me being unable to pronounce his name, maybe? Right. Let's slow things down. Time waste, short passing. Don't run at defence. Don't pass into space. We've got 4 minutes to see out here. I'm actually going to leave it unbalanced because I think we're fine. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be fine. Thank God for that. That really scared me for the last few minutes there. But yeah, that really does sort of take the edge off, the celebration. The fact that we nearly lost it at the end there. But what a fantastic win. Oh my God, we are through to the final, and we just need to wait till tomorrow now to see who we're going to be playing. Oh, and yeah, Boyang is actually out for the rest of the week, 4 to 5 weeks with a hamstring strain. It's not really surprising, he has been playing quite a lot for us, but we'll definitely have him around next season still. He's still got an extra year on his contract, but I might even try and extend that if possible, because he has been fantastic. And there we go, it looks like Dorking have managed to beat Woking on penalties to go through to the final against us. Kind of crazy penalty shootout. They both missed their 6th penalty, but then Woking also missed their 8th. Jesus, that could have been that was a crazy watch. Oh, look at those stats. 27 shots, 13 on target for Woking, 1 goal, compared to 7 and 3 on target from Dorking, and then they go through on penalties. That is horrible, especially as the Woking defence played amazingly, so I suppose they were stopping the shots. And yeah, I suppose it's weird that there was so little created by Dorking in that match. But yeah, instead of doing the end of season wrap-up, I suppose we'll just go forward and make this a double header. 7 days till the match. I'm going to give all of that playing squad a rest to make sure they are well and truly up for the match. Just give them the 1 day off, just to try and get them back in fighting shape. Obviously, we're going to have to we might have to change our formation a bit. I'd really like not to, but yeah, we'll have to just see with Boyang being out. Just one quick note before we get into that game. Leo Hamblin just continuing to kick off. I mean, he said he's leaving at a free transfer at the end of the season, which is only, a month away. He's just not turned up for training for the 3rd time now, I believe. Yeah, the 3rd time. So I've just offered him out to a load of clubs for 1,000, and everyone is coming from him. I have put a 50% next sale on. I don't think anyone's going to sell him, but I've just accepted all of those. So it looks like at least we might get a couple of quid for him. And he was going to be leaving anyway, so it's not the end of the world. So I think this is how we are going to be lining up for the game. We've got Wright in goal, Lewis, Tonadre, Shepherd and Pritchard across the back. Woodyard just in front of them, Dunn, Foyo and Morehouse in midfield, with Williams and Clark up front. We've obviously switched Woodyard and Foyo around from how we finished the last game. I just think Woodyard is a lot more one-dimensional player, and he can play back here completely fine, whereas Foyo, he's young, he's got a bit of pace about him, he can still look to get forward, even though he is technically the better ball-winning midfielder. I think him as a box-to-box might be pretty dangerous. And we've switched Dunn to a deep line playmaker on support. Hopefully he can sort of orchestrate some plays a little bit more than he has been as a Mazzala, because he hasn't really been as involved as I'd have liked him to be. But yeah, I think this is pretty much all we're going to be doing. And also, obviously, we're going to Wembley for this one, so as is tradition, let's stick the face cam on. Let's do this. Let's just get into the match. Shepherd is struggling for match sharpness a little bit. I assume that would be the case. But yeah, play a natural game. I think that... no, probably shouldn't have gone with that one. We're going to buzz up the defenders and midfielders, try and get them a bit more excited to play against Dorking's 4-2-3-1 formation. I've set a few opposition instructions up just to, press their strikers a little bit more, show their wingers onto weaker foots, stuff like that. We're obviously in our 4-1-3-2, but you've already seen that ahead of time. Oh, we've got a 2nd-minute highlight. Lewis with a free kick. Is he going to do anything? Okay, done. To Woodyard. Into Foyo. Lovely ball over the top. Williams might be through here. Come on. Oh, come on. Blast it into that far corner. And we're 1-0 up in the second. Well, after 2.5 minutes. It's just a really weird pause at the start. But that is just such a beautiful pass from Foyo. And that's why I brought it forward a little bit more. Be a bit more involved in the play, and just a brilliant finish from Williams. I was dubious about starting Williams, to be honest, because he hasn't been too great in the last couple of games, and Akbanoum was going to be taking his spot, but as it stands, I think we might be okay. We've got Lewis throwing it into Williams now. Comes into Clark. It's in the box. Oh, I thought he'd curled that round. Takes a speculative shot from outside the area. Doesn't quite manage to curl it into the far post, but it was a very nice effort. Relatively quiet start to the match other than that goal, though. There hasn't been too many highlights in the first 25 minutes. I did just notice there's nearly 40,000 people here today, which is... I don't think we've had an attendance. I mean, we've had a couple of away attendances. I think the Sheffield Wednesday game, we might have got like 18 to 20,000, something like that. So this is probably over double what we've ever had in this... Well, to play in front of. 20,000 odd is... Oh, God, thank God that went wide. 40,000 is probably more fans that we get at home games over the course of a whole season. I suppose it's 46 games and we probably average about 800, I feel like, maybe 1,000. I don't know. Either way, it's not important. We're 1-0 up at half-time, and that is what matters. You can go out there and play without pressure. I still expect more from everyone. I'm just going to drop that out there. I don't want anyone to be resting on their laurels right now. We really need this, and I'm getting distracted by trying to do maths on our attendance figures over the season. This is not how this is supposed to go at all. 55 minutes. I mean, if we can play out the entire game and never have another highlight, I'd be fine with that, but obviously that is not going to happen. Now we've got Ledson to Ewing. Oh, that's a great pass through to Farmer. And he's hit the post. We managed to get it away. Oh my God, that could have been... That could be such a big moment, them not scoring that. Up to the 65th minute now. Do I need to do anything? I'm just having a look at our team. I mean, everyone seems to be doing relatively okay. There is a bit of me that doesn't really want to change it if it's not broken. You know what I mean? Like, we might be able to secure our chances a bit more by, you know, like, we could take off Clark or Williams and put Turnbull on and go 2 defensive midfielders and 3 midfielders. But it's just, I don't think that's a great idea. Might do that for like the last 5-10 minutes or so, if we're still ahead at that point, which we've got to throw in deep in our half. Foyer with a great tackle, but the ball is just going to roll for Swindles to pick it back up with no issue at all. Gets it back to Ledson. Oakley with a cross into the back post. No! It goes posted in. Ajayi. That's so frustrating. I was just talking about how I'm so confident in our lead, but I might take a striker off. I'm so glad I didn't. I don't think Turnbull would have changed this outcome. It's a good bullet header there, and it just finds its way in. An inch or two to the right, and that would have been coming back out again. Right, fire up now. Let's just demand more. I want the most out of our players. Everyone reacted so well to that. And I mean, overall, we have been the better side here. They've had... Actually, they've had a lot more shots than we have. But I feel like their XG and all their other stats were pretty trash until that goal. Williams... Oh, Lewis gets a cross in, but Morehouse is the only one in the box for some reason. Pritchard gets it back to Clark. Falls to Morehouse. Oh, it's just gone wide. We've got a corner. Come on. Come on. Lewis. Make this happen. Foyo's absolutely knackered. I might replace him after this highlight. The ball comes away. Woodard picks it up. He's putting it back out to Lewis. Oh no, and that's the end of the highlight. Oh fuck. Foyo isn't that tired. He really is. He is that tired. Let's go attacking for the last 5 minutes. Just try and really punish them when they're not going to be able to get back into the game. Done. Lewis. Foyo is finding some space. Maybe he is too tired. The guy can't see straight. What was that pass? Oh, if they score this is entirely my fault, I feel like. Switching to attacking and leaving a player on who's apparently blind. Dorking is still on the attack. This is not looking hopeful for us having, you know... Could I've not said anything for about 10 seconds, but I need to go back. But okay, let me just... This... how do we play this? Oh, you press play, obviously. This ball comes over here, and Tanajo just clearly just pushes Swindle over. And I was like, well, that's a penalty. It's outside the box. It would have been a free kick. Then, goalkeeper gets chipped. Shepherd's just standing around. Pritchard managed to track back and clear it off the line. And then I really thought Pritchard was going to charge back out and just foul Ajayi here, but he misses it. And we managed to get the ball away. I don't know how that's happened. We need to go back to live now because he's showing us stuff that didn't actually happen. Right. Switch back to positive, ready for extra time. That was a crazy end to the half. We've been the better team here. Honestly, I'm not convinced I believe that myself. We weren't that bad, but you can still improve. Does anyone actually need to come off? Like Williams, Williams looks like my most tired player, but he's also having a good game and has scored the goal. So I don't want to take him off. And I'm thinking Woodyard might need to come off. He's on a yellow. If we go into 10 men, I feel like we are just screwed. But at the same time, I'm a little bit concerned that if we take him off and Foyo is also knackered. Yeah, I mean, Woodyard is only on a 6.3. So he's coming off and Turnbull's coming on. Marley Turnbull, keeping the same role, same position, same everything. I'm going to move Dunn to an advanced playmaker on support, just a little bit more attacking because we're not getting many highlights, to be honest. And then I think we're just going to stick with that for now. Got half an hour to play here. They've got a free kick. Oh, Pritchard just had a yellow card. I hate it when they show me a yellow card because I always think that means he's going to end up getting sent off. Like it knows in the future. It's in the match report. Ball's going to the back post. How does that find its way in? How does that find its way in? There's a player on that post. Oh, did Harrison just get a touch on it? Also, I've just slowed that down, but I needed the replay. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter right now. That was such a inch perfect header. That's actually so ridiculous. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to drop it back to balance just to try and balance things out, I suppose. Swindles with a corner. Can we please get this ball away? Goes all the way back to Oakley. Cooksey. Oh my god, it's offside. I was sorry, I was looking down at my phone googling how to tie a noose. That could have been that would have been the end of the game, quite frankly. We've got Lewis. Tornadre. Goes right to Morehouse, but neither of them go for the ball. I don't know who the other one was. I think it was Williams. Or was it Agbenone? I sort of mentally checked out for a second, then I don't. Foyo gets the ball passed through to Williams, but no. It's full to Turnbull in midfield. Gets it back to Starger. That's safe. Nice long ball over towards Williams, but now Dunn picks it up in the midfield. Gets the ball through. Williams. Fucking come on. It's 2-2. 95th minute. That was such a smooth pass past the defence then. Oh, God. That was... my heart's... Dunn just slipped a lovely pass through, perfectly weighted, and Williams just slightly chips it and managed to get it past the goalkeeper. Okay. Everyone is so tired, and I absolutely hate this. Okay, looks like it's going to half time. Let's just start the second half. I just want to get an idea in my head. Who are our best penalty takers in the squad? Woodyard is annoyingly one of them. Bobby Dunn is still on the pitch. Wheeldon could probably come on. Clark is terrible at them. He's got no penalty skills, despite being composed and finish out, which you'd think would be the two of the more important stats for a penalty. But who knows? Daryl Pritchard is struggling a bit. Clark struggling a bit. I mean, that's just ratings-wise. All right, we've only got a couple of minutes left. I'm going to bring Wheeldon on for Clark. What else do I do? Is Pritchard any good at penalties? He's a 5. He can't really finish. He's got no composure either. No, so I'm going to bring Clements on for Pritchard. Switch those over just to make sure we don't go down to 10 men for the last few minutes. And that's actually all I can do. Oh, I've got 4 subs. Does that always happen in? Oh, you get extra 1 for extra time, of course. Agbenone, 5 penalties, 10 and 11 is not brilliant, but with how the rest of the team is, he might end up taking one. I don't think there's much more we can do here. We need to hope we get to the penalties first. Okay. This is scary. I think, to be honest, I think the computer chooses him pretty much the same way I do. Like, Lewis, Wheeldon, Morehouse, Right, and Foyo, I might move these around a little bit just to switch these over. Actually, switch those. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just sort of randomly reordering here. I don't like having the best penalties that go last because there's a non-zero chance that the fifth taker won't even get a chance to take their penalty. Pick your spot. Don't change your mind. Got midfielder. Three of them are midfielders. I've got faith in you. We need to switch this to behind the goal, don't we? I'm like not mentally prepared for this at all. Foyo stepping up for the first one. Good penalty. Come on. We've got Oakley. Puts it in the same spot. Fair play to him. Tommy Jackson was always our goalkeeper. Was always our penalty saver, wasn't he? And then Wielden. You've come on for this moment and you've scored a good finish there. All three penalties have gone to the exact same spot so far. I've got a nervous twitch. Oh God. Ledson. Oh, that looks so terrible, but I think it hit the roof of the net. Lewis. That reliable bottom right. Well, bottom left, I suppose. Of course, motorbikes are going past right now. Smith. Yes! We've got the advantage. It's 3-2 after three penalties each. Done with the longest run-up in history. Come on. We've only got one penalty, but we're all fucking brilliant at it. If we save this, then we're up. Just sat here rocking back and forth. I'm going mad. Swindles. Oh, whenever it's straight down the middle, I think, oh, that's such an easy save. Right, and this is why you don't have your worst of the five going last. Jack Morehouse. It's his last season with the club. It's his last game with the club. He is a club legend. I mean, I don't know if he's down as one, but in my eyes, he's one of my favourite players we've ever had. Come on! They were the better team throughout the entire game. Oh my God. I really didn't think we were going to be able to do that. When they went 1-0 up at the start of injury time, at the start of extra time, I was 100% certain that we'd thrown that away. Who was that missed for them? Bailey Smith. I might even sign you for next... I mean, to be honest, you look at it, you are better than some of our players. So that might not even be an empty threat. But outstretched arms, congratulations. We're in the Football League. We're in the Football League. We've come from the 10th tier. And we are all the way up in the Football League. How does that happen? I offered Adeyemo out. He's going. It's fine. His contract expires in a few weeks anyway. Final day promotion. I mean, obviously, it's the bloody playoff final. Oh, to Sky Bet League 2. League 2. Game against Cambridge was the pivotal match. Turning professional. I think that's a good idea. We're going to come back to that though, because we've also got the budget to go through. Praised by the Chelmsford Town faithful. I'm like, not like fully shaking, but like I've got a little bit of like the jitters going on. Proud after the team game promotion. Yeah, I'm like struggling to read. Declared game promotion is quite an unbelievable achievement given the scepticism around a chance of promotion. I mean, we would like it would have been a successful season if we didn't get relegated, and we've managed to win the playoffs. And to be honest, we finished what was it 1 point behind the league leaders in the actual season. Oh no, 4 points behind. It would have been 1 point, but we absolutely bottled it in that last game. But I mean, like, what a season! Woodyard praises me. Foyo is jaded and can do with the rest. Where have a few weeks off, my friend. Williams, I can't I can't say enough how much you have saved my arse here. His contract does run out at the end of this season. Let's see, what would he be wanting for a sustain of the season? 350 to 475. If we get him at 350, means we're going up a division. I think that would be a decent deal. Asking for too much. Alright, that's fine. It's a contract negotiator. Oh, I really shouldn't be doing this right now. But you could be a regular starter as an advanced forward. Let's put your agent fee up. £600 just to try and knock as much off as I can off everything else. Give you £100 whenever you play. 75 per goal. Team of the year bonus. Have a grand, because I don't think you're ever going to get that. A new sub fee, yearly wage rise. I'd like to take that out, but you're only going to be here for an extra year anyway, supposedly. Optional contract extension. No, because he's not going to want to sign if I do that. Let's go to 425, 350, 375, 700, 5% wage rise. Now let's go for that. Okay, no, he's turned down the deal. Try my best either way. Discuss the club improvements. I mean, we have to turn professional, I thought, to be in the next league up. I'm definitely gonna say yes, 100%, because you need that to be able to, like, you know, get anywhere in the league, because you need, if you're going to develop youth talent, you need to have the players playing, you know, training every day. And at the moment, if you're part-time, if you think about it in real life terms, they'll all have like other jobs that they're doing most of the week, and they're just training on the evenings or something. Like 2 or 3 evenings a week. I mean, you could probably see that in a training schedule, but I'm not looking at that because I never look at training schedules. Initial budget's 9,000 wage budget with a transfer budget of 33. So we've got 9,000. Our wage, we're currently spending 6,000, so we've only got an extra 3,000, but we've only got 4,800 committed spending because I don't know if I've actually shown this on camera. I was just looking at this before that match. I mean, obviously the loans are leaving us, but also Jackson, Waldo, Adiemo, Birchall, Bates, West, Yeboah, and Gofford. Oh, and Williams are all leaving as well. Which means these are the players that we're starting with next season. But then also, Clements is kicking off, so I'm probably going to have to let him go. Morehouse's contract is expiring. Oh, it's the end of next season, so it's not his last ever game. But he's going to be with us for one more season. But I have got him listed. If someone else comes in for 18,000, I'll probably let him go. But that does mean that we've got 12 players that we're starting next season with, and we're going to have about £4,000 to try and get everyone else in. This is going to be hard. But yeah, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. We have been promoted somehow, and we're going to be going into the lofty heights of League 2 next season. So if you've enjoyed this episode, I mean this season, or this whole campaign, I suppose that's campaign, that's not really the right word, this whole story, let's say, make sure you leave a like or comment down below. It really does help out a great deal, and it means a hell of a lot to me as well. And, you know, make sure you subscribe, because, I mean, this season was very tough to get to where we got to. We had to make some very shrewd signings, and it's only going to get harder next season. We are going to be so underpowered for the next league up. It's a little bit ridiculous, but yeah, subscribe to make sure you don't miss that, and I'll see you next time.